I'm holding a bunch of sunflower seeds in my hand. Look at this guy! Whoa! Here, get some. What's going on, everyone? Back with another episode of Stuff and Things. I've got an exciting adventure for you guys today, and this one is kind of thanks to Onyx Off-Road. My friends at Onyx called me a couple weeks ago and they were like, hey, it's getting close to Halloween, spooky time. We're gonna send you out on a side quest, and that side quest starts right here. I am just outside of Buena Vista. I got Sam with me, and he's gonna be exploring with me for the next 2 days. Mount Princeton in the background, and this side quest is to go out and explore abandoned ghost towns. So you guys know I talk about Onyx Off-Road quite a lot, and there's a ton of functionality built into this app which allows you to be a little bit safer and explore further when you're getting out there on the trails. So I did some research on the 2 Colorado ghost towns that they sent me. I found approximate locations and coordinates, dropped them into Onyx Off-Road, and then pinned them with these little cool custom icons. When you're pinning waypoints on the app, you can make them whatever color you want, whatever icon you want. So today, the first town we're going to is known as St. Elmo Ghost Town. I used a little yellow Yeti icon for that one. They did not have a ghost icon. Maybe Onyx can add that in the future. So I pinned the rough coordinates. We're going to follow, let's see, this trail right here. Looks like we're going out Old Chalk Creek Road, and we're only about 30 minutes outside of where we're actually headed today. Now, once we get here, I will show you a little bit more with the app and everything that I'm doing to then find a trail for us to camp at tonight. And although it is like midday right now, I don't think it's going to be too spooky, but hopefully we can see some weird stuff because it's been a long time since I parked and made a video at a ghost town. Are you ready for the spooky stuff?
Oh, I'm so ready.
So scared?
So scared.
So scared, dude.
Hopefully we see some ghosts, dude.
Hopefully. Just 30 minutes later, and we have made it to St. Elmo Ghost Town. We are not the only ones here, which is kind of a bummer, but what can you expect? This whole place is privately owned, and I'll fill you guys in on some more of the story about this town as I learn about it when we walk around here. We can't explore too much because it is privately owned. You have to stay on the roads, and I believe they have little boardwalks around here, but it's already pretty damn cool. What was this place right here? Closed because of COVID. Of course.
Even the ghost can't handle it.
The ghost can't handle COVID-19. This thing looks like an old jailhouse. So we are here at the general store. It looks like most of this stuff may be open at some point, but right now happens to be closed. So this whole town started growing back in the 1870s, and of course it is a mining town. Miners who lived here basically considered it a hub for mining all throughout this area, and there were tracks, train tracks for mine cars that would go out through Tin Cup up into Aspen, which we are not far from right now. That operated up until 1922 when the tracks closed down, and then from what I just read, it seems like all of the residents who did live here took that last train out of town and just never returned. There was over $60 million produced here because of all of the mining activity that was going on, probably more than that, all throughout the years from the 1800s up until the early 1900s, and it's pretty cool. Imagine owning a place like this. It's all privately owned, and someone, probably the guy who mined $60 million out of these mountains here, was like, that's mine. I'm giving it to my families for generations to come. St. Elmo Fire Company. Could you even fit anything in there? I guess a wagon with like a bucket.
Yeah. Hook up the horses.
Hook up the horses to it. So this is the main street. Of course there are people here now, but could you imagine this with no one here? Looks like someone lives there. This road right here apparently takes you to Tin Cup Pass over to Aspen, and I'm assuming the railroad ran somewhere through these mountains up over into Aspen. Continuing down Main Street, looks like we've got another store, St. Elmo's Post Office. These buildings are surprisingly in pretty good shape. I'm assuming the owners of this town now definitely take care of this stuff to keep it kind of restored and not completely dilapidated and falling apart. Over here we got a church. That actually looks pretty nice too. Damn, they had cameras back in the 1800s. So 3 cameras on the church.
Beginning stages of Nest.
So this town is situated in the mountains up here at almost 10,000 feet, and that is actually one of the reasons why a lot of old mining towns like this never made it. The weather gets super harsh up here, and could you imagine living here with just like coal or wood-fired stoves, and you're just getting dumped on with all the high elevation snow? It'd be pretty brutal if I had to guess. The American House Hotel. I didn't even realize that we walked right past this, but this is Chipmunk Crossing. Chipmunks. Just chilling. What's up, guys? Just munching on sunflower seeds. This is so cool. Oh, they just crawl all over you. I'm holding a bunch of sunflower seeds in my hand. Look at this guy. Whoa. Here, get some. Some sunflower seeds. Yeah. Look at that. This is crazy. Oh, they're all over the place. This is nuts. They're so light that you can hardly feel them when they jump on you. Anyone want some fresh ones up here? There you go. Oh, they're fighting over him. He's on the camera. Oh shit. He almost jumped on my face. What? This is rad. Alright, which of you guys wants to come in the truck with me? Oh, we have a winner. Oh, he's coming up. Alright, we'll see you guys later. We may come back at sunset and bring you some more food. Do you like ramen or Chef Boyardee raviolis? Alright, so we ended up driving down into town to take some photos of the trucks. They look like this right here. Luckily, before I came out here, I knew this was a side quest from Onyx Off-Road, so I downloaded the offline maps for a few trails around this area. I believe I downloaded the either 5 or 10 mile map, that way I can have a little bit more data than 150 miles. So now we're gonna look for a place to wheel and camp, preferably close. We kinda were debating about coming back here later tonight. So if I zoom around on the map right here, I can already see that there are a bunch of featured trails which are highlighted in blue. It looks like the closest one to us would be Hancock Pass. 5 out of 10 difficulty. Says it's difficult. We got Toyotas. Some Jeep guy's not gonna like that. Next up, we got Grizzly Lake right next door. This one's an 8 out of 10. Difficult. The toughest part of this trail is at the beginning, where you must go over a very difficult rock obstacle. We might be able to do that. It sounds like there's a gatekeeping obstacle on there. Off-camber trail with deep holes, large rocks, may exceed axle height. We could do something even a little bit easier. What about Tin Cup Pass? Have you ever been over that? Mm-mm. Or we can go back a little bit more. Nah, I say we explore a trail around here. Pomeroy Lakes, 6 out of 10. The lower part of this trail is relatively easy. I'm kind of feeling like the easy one.
Yeah.
just so if we want to come back here, we can. So we'll have to head up Hancock Pass, make a left, and this is a good point right here with Onyx. So it looks like this trail leads us up through a bunch of privately owned land. Now if we come to a place where the trail stops, it's on private land. If we go all the way to the top and I click next to that, we're in San Isabel National Forest. So in theory, we could drive up to these lakes and camp up there. Again, a 6 out of 10. Narrow shelf road. Relatively smooth. Let's give that a try. Oh man. So we took a little bit of a detour. We didn't go directly to the lake, but there's a bunch of little offshoots up here, and we found this old abandoned mine, which I'm sure the residents of St. Elmo someday were up here. Oh, dude. We should just camp right here. This is not the mall, but we got our mall crawlers up here, so... Huh, that doesn't make sense. So we either stay here for the night, it's probably gonna be cold, we might have a little shelter from the wind, or we check out the lake. I think we have time to check out the lake and then double back to come here. Let's find the lake. All right, we are almost at the lake, and this trail is getting a lot tighter and more technical. The rocks keep getting bigger, and now we have an optional route here. We take the chunkier steep part, or the other side that is a little sharper, but maybe more mellow. Definitely flex out right here. I'm gonna go the flexi route.
The flexi route?
To flex on the haters. Alright, so I took the flexi sharp route, and that was actually way easier than I thought. Truck slid around a little bit. Now Sam is going to take the steeper, chunkier route, and we'll be good.
I like them chunky.
You like them chunky? You may have to bump that big rock in the back. Oh, you were so close. There you go. Yeah. Go a little driver if you can. Other driver.
I expect it to be bigger.
I know. I think the bigger part of the lake is out that way. So we have made it to what might be our destination, Pomeroy Lake. 12,090 feet. So we're pretty high. After coming up that trail, I can definitely see why it was rated a 6. It was pretty mellow until we got higher in elevation, and then it kept getting chunkier and tighter. But we got views now. Not that we didn't have them at the last stop. Check this place out. Gross. Now I showed you guys Sam's free spirit setup last time when we were up in South Dakota a couple weeks ago, but now he's swapped it out for a more proper fitting, or I should say proper for what you like and what most people like. This is the 49-inch Aspen coming from Free Spirit Recreation, coupled with their 270 awning, and this is something that I'm pretty jealous of, not gonna lie. Complete freestanding awning, has the straps and everything built in, works perfect with his setup. I mean, his whole truck is really dialed in and keeps you out of the rain, out of the snow. I guess we'll see how this thing does in some wind. Hopefully not.
We'll report back to Free Spirit.
Yeah. So not even 10 minutes after getting in here, it's starting to flurry, and the mountains that we could previously see out there are white, which means we're probably going to get some snow. Luckily, I brought the lava box with me. I was just using this over the weekend in Moab, so hopefully I still have enough propane left in this tank. I would ideally like to have a little bit left over for tomorrow morning because I love firing this thing up in the morning when it's really cold. And away we go. Yeah, buddy. Fire. Burn my camera. Jeez. So as the snow comes in and the sun is setting, I'm gonna make a little appetizer before dinner tonight. Got some classic chicken noodle soup. Chicken nudes are cooking. Firebox is ripping. And I think we may be in luck. It looks like that snowstorm came here a little bit, but I think it's going down that valley over there, so shaping up to be pretty beautiful. This right here is definitely going to hit the spot. Money. So over here we have the grilled cheese station now. Some fancy bread from City Market. Got some ham from the deli. I guess I should get the tomato soup started now too. I know you like your trails chunky and your women thick. How thick do you like your soup?
Somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle, okay. Thank you, good sir.
Of course.
Ooh, this is looking pretty good already. The soup is probably going to be a minute yet. Would you care for some freshly cracked black peppercorn?
Oh, please. You know, it was a trial error. Yours is probably better than mine.
If I would have ate it sooner. It's a little cold because it's cold out here, but not bad. This was a good choice though.
Yeah. Talking to each other.
Dude.
It's not sketchy.
Yeah, that's not sketchy at all. So it's only about 8 o'clock at night. It feels way later than that. Is that correct? Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. Sam and I were sitting around here getting some work done, and there are wolves like not too far away. So we're packing up our food. Might just edit in our tents because they are very close, like just on the other side of the lake up the valley there. So that is a first for me. I've never heard wolves doing that before. I've already begun chunking away at the video before settling in for hopefully a peaceful, non-wolf filled night. Alright guys, we're coming up on 9 o'clock now. I got my whole tent situated. I plugged in my Amazon electric blanket for the past couple of minutes and my bag is toasty warm, which is really nice. This right here is the benefit of Clamshell Gang. Nothing better. Sam's over here working, nice and warm in the tri-layer. As am I in my partial tri-layer tent. Him and I were just discussing what you wear when you sleep when you're camping. Ideally, I would like to just sleep in my boxers and probably just like a t-shirt or maybe a hoodie. I actually like sleeping with a hoodie. Always sleep with a beanie because I pull it down over my eyes. But when it comes to pants, I have sweatpants and I don't really want to change into them right now because it's cold and I'm already toasty warm in this bag with the electric blanket. So ideally, I would like an outdoor pant that I can walk around in the mud and hike and do everything that we just did today, but have like a fleece lining, like a sweat pant inner lining. So if you guys know anything like that, let me know. I did order a few new pants from some new companies, so I'm going to try those out. And when I find a solution for what I'm looking for, something that is durable on the outside, looks sort of like a normal pant, but is warm and sweat pant material on the inside, that's going to be the sweet spot. So I'll fill you guys in on that. Now this is where the video is going to end, so I got to give a huge thank you to Onyx Off-Road for sending us on this adventure. I probably would have done it anyway, but I've been so busy. They asked if I would check these ghost towns out, and I was like, hell yeah. So we squeezed it into this crazy travel schedule that I have ahead of me. I was just in Moab yesterday morning and now we're here camping at 12,000 feet. Once I get back from this, we're going right back out with the Diamondback crew. And then once I get back from that, over the weekend, I'm going down to Texas. So crazy schedule, but we're making all this stuff work. This adventure actually does not end here. Tomorrow morning, we're waking up and going to yet another ghost town. Hopefully it will be cool and adventurous like today was. I doubt the other place has a chipmunk crossing, which was my highlight of today, but we will see. We're going to get into some more adventurous stuff tomorrow. So this was an inside look at how I typically adventure. I showed you guys all the details of really like no planning until we're in the moment, using Onyx Off-Road, finding trails, camp spots, cool things to check out. So hopefully you learned something. If you guys use my code TALONSCI at checkout when signing up for a full membership of Onyx, you get 20% off either of the levels that you choose from. I prefer Elite because you get all the public and private land data, so that's like the full package. It costs like $70, which is like a tank of gas. So check it out. If you like these videos and you download Onyx using my code, that stuff really helps a lot. So thank you guys. If you have any questions on Onyx Off-Road, of course I'm going to dive into it again tomorrow, but I'll try to answer anything as best as possible. And that's it for tonight. If you're new here, consider clicking subscribe and make new videos every week. As always, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one.